As you can tell from my shirt, I just came back from training. So let's go ahead and get right down to it. As per usual, due to legal reasons, I can't necessarily explain specifically what happened during training, but I can definitely explain that thanks to what's on my shirt, you can sort of see exactly how I did. Um, Without going too much into detail, I would like to say that I'm good at doing the difficult stuff and bad at doing the simple stuff. So as soon as I get good at doing the simple stuff, as well as chaining it with the difficult stuff that I am also already good at, I can only get better as time goes by. The head trainer seems to think that that's where it's supposed to be as far as mentally. Also, I'm really hard on myself. I realize that now. I have a habit of kind of when I make a mistake, I tend to that tends to sort of like bring me down a little bit. But my trainer is like, you're not doing terribly. You just need to get the hang of doing the simple stuff. You can do the hard stuff really well, but now you got to do the simple stuff now, so you can actually, because the simple stuff is the stuff that's going to make sure that wrestlers don't get hurt. And it's just like, I know, but I just really wanted to impress you. And it's like, it ain't about impressing me. That's my biggest issue. Um, Personal stuff. I just I want to say I'm a third of a way away from finishing school and getting that business degree, and hopefully getting a better job from that. And speaking of work, I want to just go ahead and point this out. I don't dread going to work as much anymore. I think that that is definitely something that is starting to go away a little bit. I don't like working, but this job specifically doesn't upset me nearly as much as other jobs do. And I also think now is probably a good time for me to probably like get back to doing my podcast, because as much as I like YouTube and like being on YouTube and doing things on YouTube, I think that I'm more of a talker than I am a video editor. And the videos probably won't look any better than this, at least until I have the time to edit them and stuff like that. So until that happens, I'll probably end up doing the podcast again, which will probably be at the link below. I'm not completely sure yet, though. I really do want to kind of get that anchor up and running, because I was doing really okay with that up until I started getting political and ranty, and I shouldn't do that. Man, you're getting way too into politics. I know, and I don't like it. I really don't. But you know, the sooner you know these things, the better things are gonna look in the future when you try to do something about them. I mean, dude, and the Matt Gaetz saga it's hilariously funny. I'm really enjoying it so far. Um, Professional wrestling, WWE has completely like kind of hurt me a little bit with the mass firings that they did recently. Joe, the Iconics, Chelsea Green. Come on, man. You telling me you couldn't do anything with them? Man, it's just wild. It's dumb. That is so dumb. Like, why not though? You know, you could have done something with these, but it's not my place to say, so I'm not going to. But one thing is for certain though: once I finish training, I don't see myself going to WWE, or rather, um, like I would like to be a part of WWE, but I don't see WWE calling me up and being like, "Hey, we liked you. We're gonna put you in," because I'm 5'6" and 200 pounds. You know, so I was like, I could be the most talented wrestler on the planet. Probably be like, "Well, he's not 6 foot with an 8 pack. We can't really do anything about that." It's like, but you got Keith Lee. Keith Lee is 6'7". Oh, okay. I can have a good match against Keith Lee. No, you can't. Okay. Um, but yeah, like I do feel like that's kind of going to be so. Like now, I'm definitely like my biggest goal when it comes to professional wrestling now, or becoming a wrestler, is reality of wrestling in Texas, for a multitude of reasons. One, Booker T is there. Number two, it's like literally not too far from. It's not too far from Louisiana, so it's like I could literally drive back and forth between home and Texas. Three, Booker T is like right there. Four, it just seems like it seems like it's going to become one of those. I feel like reality of wrestling is going to ultimately become what Ring of Honor is in the Northeast, and I want to be there when that happens. I want to, I want there to be some kind of I kind of want to see kind of what happens with that, and sort of like that. Also, if y'all just happen to hear noises in the background, just know that I'm using the computer, and the computer is doing notifications. So if you hear a it's that. But if not, then I just did a random thing of that. But once again, I'm loving the Matt Gaetz saga as far as politically is concerned, because oh my god, it's beautiful. It's beautiful and it's hilarious. The one guy who was against anti-sex trafficking is now getting investigated for sex trafficking and having sex with a minor and doing drugs. This is hilarious, bro. Also, in my spare time now, when I'm not doing homework, which I should be doing, when I'm not doing homework, I'm actually like reading up on the Constitution and rewording it so that I can understand it a little bit better. Like for example, like right now, the very first part, I'm almost done with all I think 10, I think it's articles or sections, but I want to say I'm done with almost all 10 sections of Article One, and it is and what's what I'm looking for, and that's just basically explaining what Congress does. It like the first part of the Constitution is basically Congress does these things. This is what Congress is. This is what Congress is gonna do. That's all it is so far. And like the Congress actually do have a lot of crazy rules and regulations and stuff that I'm still trying to sort of understand, because like a few things have been amended and a few other things have been, it's just kind of up to interpretation. Like I'm thinking I'm getting this wrong, but I think at some point immigration was supposed to cost like $10. Like it's I think article I don't know like article like section article 1 section 3 or something, I don't know, but it's like it's a lot of like I did not know that Congress could write in a journal specifically the stuff that goes on there, and when they do it like correctly, they can also hide things if they wanted to. I did not know this, so it's like now it's like we could read the Journal of Congress and sort of understand what's going on. I feel like that's essentially what the Congress.gov website ultimately became. What became the Congress.gov website, and yeah. So there's that politics. Woo. The world rules, like the rules of America. We kind of need to understand this, because if we understand it, we can know how to change it. Those who know can alter. All right, so that's personal, political. Shoots. Um, yeah, I do believe that I'm doing better with wrestling, though. I do believe this has been brought to you by water. Oh my god, it's so good. Um, Also, I'm in Facebook jail for like a month. And honestly, I feel good about this. I haven't made an alternative account or nothing. I'm just sitting it out. I'm just sitting it out, reading stuff, learning about other things. I feel like I devote too much time to Facebook, so this is actually good for me. So there's that. Um, Shoot, and yeah, I want to say that's about it. There's not really a whole lot to go into, because like not a lot has actually happened. I do like one thing I mentioned before is that like a handful of deaths have happened between like my last video and this one, but because of the fact that I don't want there to be a what about so and so kind of situation, I won't specifically say rest in peace to these people. However, I will say that they are in my heart. I mean, also I didn't know them personally. I do know that I do know that they were fairly entertaining people and they were talented. But it's like I didn't know them personally, but clearly their lyrics resonated with me in my inner blackness. So there's that. I won't keep this video going on too long. It's about to be 10 minutes, but for the most part, that's about it. Love and peace. Y'all have a good one, and be safe out there. There's a lot of people doing a lot of shootings right now. Yeah. Also, we should probably do something about that.